Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniel Wargo and I'm back in the kitchen for another episode of Forking Around. Today, for the first time, I'm actually going to be cooking something that I already know how to make. Usually I come in here and I learn how to do some stuff and I make a lot of mistakes and it doesn't turn out that perfect. But today I wanted to come in here and just show my chops. Just show my chops. Pow, 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 pow. So yeah, I'm gonna be cooking something that I actually love to make. I learned this recipe maybe a year or two ago, and it's pretty simple. It's called Arroz Caldo. It's a Filipino dish, and it's basically kind of like a chicken rice soup or a rice porridge type of thing. It's very thick consistency, but it's very simple. It only takes a couple of ingredients, so I'm going to make that. It is a feel good food. It's great for when you're sick. It's great for when it's chilly, like it kind of was today. It was a little bit windy. And so I'm gonna make this arroz caldo in the kitchen. We're cooking, baby. We're cooking. What is arroz caldo? Like I said, it's like a soup or a porridge type thing, and it's only a few ingredients. It's just chicken and rice, water, onion, green onion, garlic, ginger. That's really it for the soup itself. And then on top, you christen it with some lemon and fish sauce and a soft-boiled egg, if you so choose. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get started. I've kind of prepared a few of my vegetables here, but I saved a few to chop in front of you guys, just for fun. So I've got a whole onion here, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chop it up. I need a bigger cutting board. That's for sure. There's the tears. They're starting. Okay, we're cool. We're just gonna chop up some green onion, just a couple of them. We're gonna put this inside. It's nice and easy, no big deal. Okay, we got our green onion, we got our onion. Now I would like to get my garlic going. I've got a whole head of garlic. It's not a clove, because a clove, we learned, is just one little guy like this. But what is when it all is together? That's what I forget. Just a whole garlic. You're gonna use it all, okay? Don't be scrimpy on your garlic. I'd never cook it in the summer because it's just too hot. So this is my first time of the season where I'm getting to cook this meal, and I am very excited. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get our pot here. We're going to put a little olive oil up in there, and we're gonna start off with the onions, the green onions, and about half the garlic, and I'll tell you why later. So I'm gonna go ahead and set aside my ginger, which I'll use later, and my garlic, half of my garlic, which I will also use later. But I'm gonna use a good chunk of the garlic in there right now for the base of this delicious meal. And then, I'm just gonna drop this bad boy in there. All right, so I've been letting this mixture of onions and garlic just kind of start to get a little warm, get a little nice and juicy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some chicken in here. I'm using chicken drumsticks, bone in, because I want as much flavor as possible out of this thing. And I'm just gonna put them right in the pan like that. You can use whatever kind of chicken you want. Doesn't really matter, chicken thighs or breasts or... And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let them brown, and then I'm gonna pull them out. I'm not gonna cook them completely. I'm just gonna let them brown, kind of get the juices in there, and then I'm gonna pull them out, and then we're gonna stew them with the rice and the water once this thing's kind of getting good and boiled. So, yeah. Don't leave. Okie dokie, so the chicken's been in there for couple minutes, been kind of turning it, sifting it, just getting it a little bit brown, a little bit cooked, a little bit whatever, but I'm not going to eat it like this, so it doesn't have to be fully cooked. So I'm going to actually pull it out for now, just for right now. Don't worry, you guys, you'll go back in there. You'll go back. So we've got this beautiful plate of half-cooked chicken, guaranteed to put you in the hospital. And then I've got a cup of rice here, and I washed it, because apparently, obviously you're supposed to do that. So I washed my rice and I've got my rice coming in, all them juices. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some water. I put about a cup of rice, so about 5 to 6 cups of water, something like that. You can always add more and judge based on the consistency that you wanna get in your Arroz Caldo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then I'm just gonna kind of get that moving. Oh, this looks good. It smells so good in here. Oh my God. Whew, I'm just starting to get real excited here. I'm starting to get real excited. This looks incredible, incredible. So the last thing I'm gonna do for a little while here is I'm gonna put the chicken back in and I'm gonna add these ginger strips. You can slice them real thin, but generally you're not going to eat them, and so you just kind of want the flavor of it. So I like them a little bit bigger so that I can kind of just pick them out, or at least know like, hey, that's a giant slab of ginger. You're not going to want to probably eat that. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not you. I just know for me, that's probably not something I want to do. So yeah, I'm just going to put this ginger in here. We're still going to save the garlic for later and the rest of the green onions. We're just gonna add the chicken back in. Great, and then the only thing really left to do is once it's like at full boil, we just wanna cover it so that it gets all the juices in, and we're just gonna leave it there for like an hour. And during that hour, I'm gonna soft boil an egg, but other than that, that's it. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in like an hour, so let's cut to some B-roll. All right, so I've had this stewing here for about 45 minutes or so, and I did add a little more water because it was looking a little thin. So that was just kind of, for me, something that I wanted to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out the chicken, and we're going to kind of take it off of the bone and then replace it back in there. So we've left the bones in there so you can get as much flavor as possible from these guys. And now we're just going to make them edible so that we don't have bones floating around. Just going to take it off and kind of shred it down. Okay, so we got our shredded meat, so we're just gonna kind of put it right back in there. So I'm just gonna let this kind of cook for the next couple of minutes, and in the meantime, I'm gonna do two things. One being I'm going to soft boil some eggs for 6 minutes in boiling water, and then this garlic that we have left over, I'm gonna fry it up and get it nice and crispy, because I want some really crispy garlic on top of this thing to garnish it with. So those are the two things I have left, and then we're pretty much ready to eat. One thing you might have noticed while I was cooking this is I haven't added any salt or pepper to taste, and that's because you want to add just a little bit at the end. This dish doesn't require a lot of salt because what we're going to do once we finish is add some fish sauce, which is going to really give us that salty element that we're looking for, along with a ton of flavor. So just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper to taste, and you should be good to go. So we're just about done here. Once these soft-boiled eggs are finished and the garlic's done, then I'm going to serve this up, and I'm going to eat. All right, so it looks like we're just about ready to go. So I'm going to spoon myself a little bit of this substance. Oh yeah, it's thick. It's very hearty. Okay, and then just gonna sprinkle just a little bit of the green onion on here. Some of this beautiful garlic as well. Just kind of get it all up and over. This is gonna give it a crispy element. Okay, and then we're gonna see how this soft-boiled egg went. I'm going to just slice it right over here. And whoosh, looks good. Got that. And then the last thing we do is we just season it with a little lemon, and you can do this however much you want. This is just gonna give some kind of freshness, brightness, then just a little bit of fish sauce. And this usually I kind of am playing with the whole time through. Usually I start with a little bit because I don't want to overpower it, and then I get more and more as I go through the dish. Fish sauce is one of those things that smells not great, but tastes pretty amazing. And that's it. That's our meal. All right, so I'm gonna give this a taste, and we'll go from there. Oh, it's very hot. It's very warm still. It's so good. It's so comforting. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this ride. It's been a long one for me. It's been a long night. And now I got to go watch the Rams game. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you on the next one. Eat a cookie. These dogs are driving me crazy, crazy, crazy. No, we're not doing that. We're going to stay in here.